Okay. I don't know about everything about my angels, let alone the many, many others. But just like any other relationship, also because there are so many religions and spiritual paths, yours will be truly unique to you. Meaning, you may come across the same angel in various different beliefs. For example, both Archangel Raphael and Archangel Gabriel are mentioned by name and are part of Jewish folklore and Christianity, with Gabriel having also an exact or a very near to exact replica in the Quran, the Islamic holy text. I'm not too familiar with the Quran because I've only listened to it once. The whole thing just once, through audiobook. The angels and gods and goddesses that stick out to you and you are drawn to are probably your guardians. They are either your guardians that have been with you since birth, or they want to teach you something and are there for you for this specific season of this life, of your life. This is not something you have to do, but this is something that kept me above ground for many years. Stopped me from committing suicide. As a child, teenager, young adult, up until I was 28 years old, it was Christianity only. Well, when I come to think of it, I did kapa haka for 15 years and did Māori performing arts that involved songs and other types of dances that occasionally included songs and other types of dances to Māori deities such as Ruamoko, Tāwhiri Mātea and Papatuanuku amongst others. And I learnt Māori myths which also incorporated Hine Nui Te Pō and Rangi Nui. But, I tried to do everything I can to make him about Jesus. Odin is all about knowledge of thyself. Knowledge of yourself. And I use the term know thyself not only because of my TikTok and YouTube channels, but English is the most commonly spoken language spoken here in the West. That being England, Ireland, Scotland, New Zealand, Australia, America, Wales, Canada, and other similar countries. Also, thyself, as in know thyself, sounds like a very, very old school term from the Middle Ages. Now, the Middle Ages is not how far back your family's lineage goes. Yours and mine included go back to the dawn of time. Through thousands of twists and curves and all sorts. All of your strengths and weaknesses can be found in various ancestors from all over the world. Which means that in order to know your strengths, then not only do you need to try things for an extended amount of time, like months and sometimes years, and either fail or succeed, but you need to know the inherent traits that have been passed down to you and the weaknesses and flaws that have been passed down to you through your lineage, and continuously work hard and work smart in order to find ways to not only develop your strengths, but to also turn your weaknesses into strengths and to break all the generational trauma that has been holding you back, and to end it so that you don't pass it down to your children. Trauma is a part of life, but that does not mean that we are to abuse our children in any way. But it does mean that we need to train them to be warriors in their own right. Some people are born with superior giftings when it comes to fighting and other things like physical strength. My writing again. It looks like something's there. It's the beam. Right. But I still think that as parents we should ensure that our child is the best that they could be. That's why I am going to make sure that my children learn self-defense, a martial art, and that way I can do it with them. This will boost their self-confidence and teach them a valuable thing to know in life. All the while having pride in their tough and strong dad, but also letting them see and learn that their father is a hard worker and still fails sometimes. And it will teach them to never underestimate anybody and to never disrespect anybody. All the while eliminating fear of standing up and letting their voices be heard and accounted for as a part of any group they become a part of at large. I'm not a natural fighter, but playing rugby league for 5 years, rugby for 10 years, and then various martial arts for the past 5 years, I haven't done the one, has increased my confidence significantly in this regard. And although I know I am not the greatest fighter in the world, I know I am becoming a formidable foe, and I am not an easy target. I'm a very hard target, pushing to become a very, very hard target. And bullies don't go after the very, very hard targets. They have a black belt in Taekwondo and a black belt in Krav Maga. That's what I'm aiming for. I don't have them. No, they go after easy targets. These are people who have low self-esteem, are isolated, are physically weak, and who cannot fight. Once they get older, it will be fully in their life. But whilst they are younger, as in primary school age, or even a bit younger, they will do self-defense for half an hour or an hour a day. The rest will be used to focus on any strength in their personalities and giftings that they could possibly have, as well as socialization, finding out what they're drawn to spiritually, and obviously building a bond with their parents. With all this warrior and standing up for yourself talk, let's bring up the name of another warrior goddess, another deity that has been teaching me things and guiding me through things despite me being unaware of it, that being the Morrigan. So that's interesting. My guides come from Jewish mythology, Christian mythology, Norse mythology, and Celtic mythology. Odin is the same as Shiva from Hindu mythology. But these things can help you along the path of finding out who you truly are and the contributions you are here to give to humanity and the impact you are here to make. The power is in your hands. This is your life, your mission, your purpose. This book is based upon my life experiences, perspectives, and lessons learnt only. My ones only. You have your life experiences, your perspectives, and your lessons that you have learnt. All these pieces of knowledge that's within this book are all weapons that you can choose to add to your arsenal that you already have. As we go through these things, think about your own talents, your own strengths, your own personal examples. Chapter 2 of 11. So chapter 2. What's this one there for? 4 pages. Chapter 2. Healing. Taking off from what we were just talking about, that might be something that we do often in this book. Healing. Healing is a lifelong thing because toxicity is everywhere due to broken people who have an entitlement attitude, and these are just toxic people. For all the poisonous eggs out there, there is just as much healthy eggs. Also, a lot of people begin to get jealous, bitter, and hateful towards those who are doing better than them because they put in the hard work and dodged all the snakes on their way up. In short, most people don't like it when you start to be more successful than them in anything. And it's not always the obvious reasons, such as having more money or more wealth or having an attractive girlfriend when they are single and can't get any woman at this time because of the position he